Hello, everybody, and welcome back to more Shenanigans. So, you have been taken into the bedroom, one of the many guest bedrooms here. You have been given some paper and some pencil, some pens. There's no pencils at this time, and left alone.
Well, actually, there's charcoal.
There is charcoal. Um, If you'd like some, one of the servants can get it for you. Lady Jezebel has gone back to her party. It is mid-afternoon, maybe 3 or 4ish now. Dinner is slated for 8, and a servant will bring you food around 5. So it's 4 o'clock now. That is the schedule.
All right. To cover for myself here, I will actually make some dress sketches. I did buy the artistic ability trait, so I actually should be able to make some pretty good ones, hopefully.
Cool. Did you pick what specific artistic ability you were going for? Or is it a
Um,
broad trait?
I thought it was just broad, just
Okay.
being artistic. I don't remember that you had to pick one. Maybe you did. I'm not sure.
I don't have the book in front of me, and I'm not going to worry about it for now. So let's just, for the time being, we'll say it's very broad and all-encompassing.
Okay. And so I'll put together some sketches really quickly, and then because it usually seems to help to have cultivated this kind of thing in this sort of plot line. Um, I'm going to work with the door open and keep an eye out for any lovely young maids who might be happening by as
Uh,
I work.
Actually, yes. Very. While you're working, there's a knock at your door, and poking her head through is a young maid. She goes, "Excuse me, there, Mr. Vasquez."
Ah! I had a vision. I had a vision, young woman, and now it is gone.
I'm so sorry. I'm
No, no,
I'm
no.
just here to
That is
change the
okay.
sheets.
I I'll look at her if I've just not taken her in. I go, you're.
Would you lift up your chin for me, please?
Excuse me. She what kind of had her head bowed, and so now she's looking more forward. Excuse me.
Yes, up, regal. Go to the side. Oh, yes. Yes, looking over.
She looks.
The lines of your face, the curve of your jaw, and the elegance of your neck. That's astounding. You must get compliments on that all the time.
She smiles and giggles a little bit, saying, no, 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 never. Of course not. That would be silly. Um, I'm sorry, I have to change your sheets." And she starts to push her way into the room with,
No, no,
sheets in hand.
this that can wait. That can wait. This is artistry. Artistry takes precedence. Art must happen where it is and when it is. And I keep looking her over. How is her hair? Is it up or down?
It is up.
Hey, do you normally wear it this way? Up?
No, it's just for the
Really?
party. The lady asked that we all fancy up a little bit.
I go, would you art demand it? And I'll undo her hair, let it fall, mess style it with it. I was right. I was right. You cannot hide art from Coronado.
She smiles and laughs a little bit louder.
I could tell as soon as I saw you, there was something remarkable there. A rose growing among these weeds here. You.
Mr. Coronado, that's that's scandalous.
It would be. Would you consent at some point when I return for me to create a dress for you?
Oh, I could never afford such a thing. Please, don't tease me like that.
No, when Coronado sees art that must be undertaken, then money is not a problem.
it would be a crime to leave you improperly adorned.
Well, I mean, it would be awfully silly to turn down a free dress made by what I hear is one of the finest clothiers in all the land.
Yes,
The lady has spoken very
I will
highly of
not
you
be.
on many occasions. Wait,
Yes,
what did you?
I will not be falsely modest.
Yeah, she's
I
clearly.
must.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, okay. If you'll excuse me, I must pull out the tape measure. Get your measurements here for the dress. If you so.
She stands a little taller and kind of sucks in her belly a little bit, and looks a little surprised and excited. She's clearly lying about you have been spoken about many times. This is, a quickly assumed persona, and her lies betray her desires, I think.
Okay, and I'm not creepy about this. I am professional and just like do old tailor
course.
measurements here. Although I do, at various points stand near her where my measuring her from behind where my mouth is next to her ear, and
Of course.
little moments where she feels my breath on her ear as I do various things, but very professional.
Give me a final charisma check here, just to see if you blow this somehow.
Okay. And I do have the allure trait too.
What is the allure trait? Oh God. God.
Well, could you have seen me creating Corey without it? It's essential to the character.
I just thought you were gonna try and wing it and hope that it happened, but I don't know. Of course, I got. All right, what is the allure trait?
Just basically, it gives a bonus to like people of the opposite sex or whatever sex you're trying to attract.
Right. This trait allows a character to attract romantic attention from NPCs at the player's option. Oh God. The character can conceal the trait any time, but when it is in effect, it can modify reaction rolls of NPCs who might be affected, perhaps by as much as +3. The trait is only effective if there's a reasonable chance of the PC drawing romantic attention from the NPC. At the very least, the NPC must be of the opposite sex and at least young adult age. A character with the allure trait can receive one henchman above the normal maximum if it is at least the henchman that has romantic interest. However, unrequited and hopeless with the yada yada. Elves can purchase this trait for 1 character point less than the above listed amount, and you're an elf, aren't you?
I've got an extra character point.
Oh, you didn't even
do with it. I didn't pay attention to that.
I lied. No, it costs 3 extra for elves. All right. Did you give me your?
In this situation, do I get the +3?
Yeah. Let's give you the +3.
Then 30.
Okay, she is putty in your hands at this point. You, not in a creepy way, but she's into you, and you can do with her kind of as you desire. She's happy to spend as much time with you as possible, but there is that professional level that
I am keeping that professional thing.
She will recede if you ask it of her.
Yes, and I'll being professional, but I'll be sort of like muttering to myself, just magnificent. As I'm like working in her, admiring her face. Just every now and then I'll stop, like look at her.
Oh no, he froze.
Face again.
Oh,
did I?
You froze for a moment when you said her face again. We cut out just before that.
I've been losing you a little bit. Like every now and then it gets garbled, and I think it might be on my end.
Maybe I was having some issues earlier today with just the stream crashing, so I don't know. Could be on my end too.
Okay.
But yeah.
So I'm just again being very professional, trying to rather than overtly trying to get the whole thing like. Where she's thinking, oh, this artist, this amazing, well-known artist, maybe hopefully he'll pay attention to me, and while getting the positive attention that she's hoping will become more.
You lavish the attention and she eats it up. What are your intents with this young woman?
Setting it up so it's some later plot point when I need an inside person in here.
So you are.
Like if I need someone to, like, what if I'm being chased through the manor by guards to go in here and like hide me in a closet or something.
Okay, so you are planting seeds to sow another time.
I'm giving you plot points
Yes.
to use as you will.
I see what Rob is doing. This is the much less subtle version of getting your DM on your side.
Just giving options.
Okay.
I was just trying to think of your various old detective movies where there's always the woman who is just charmed by the detective and saves his bacon at some point. I'm
Who
setting
Framed
that up.
Roger Rabbit? Yeah.
Yeah.
Best detective movie ever made.
All right. So
eventually
let's see.
she ends up changing the sheets and heads out, I think. However,
All right.
it's taken a while, and she leaves because you hear a servant comes by and lets you know that it is time. Not time for dinner. Dinner's at 8, but comes by with your food. And as he knocks on the door, which is still slightly cracked open, the young lady quickly hops back and starts fuddling with sheets.
All right, I'll be bent over by my sketches, and I'll actually be doing some sketches for a dress for her.
Okay.
Not gonna be silk because I don't have the money for that, but well, not unless I went through all the rest of the money I had. And I'll look up when they get interrupted. Go, yes, what is it? Doing the moody artist here.
Lunch is served, sir, or afternoon tea is served.
Yes. I'm sorry.
He comes in with this nice plate of little sweet crackers, little cakey thing, and some tea, as well as a turkey sandwich.
All right. Yes. Thank you for your attention. I must work though before
Yes,
the
sir.
inspiration leaves me.
Of course.
Thank you very much for your attention.
He heads out. She's pretty much done with her sheets and hurries out the door with like a pause and a look behind and a soft smile, and then turns and quickly scurries out.
Okay.
The door is left open as you had originally had it.
All right. I'll lean out. Is the servant who brought the food still around?
No, he departed.
All right. I'm going to close the door. And is there a way to latch it or lock it from the inside here?
Yes, there was a key sitting on the desk. That lock goes to this door.
I am going to lock it. I am going to make sure that lay out all these different sketches all around on the desk to try to emphasize oh wow, mountains of work I've been doing on this here. And then I'm going to go to the window. And I'm just assuming that there's some sort of ledge that I can be back against the wall and shinny along the outside of the building and let myself into the office.
There's not, but there's a balcony here, and there is a balcony next to you where the office is. But there's a gap between them.
How big a gap?
6 feet. It's not impossible, but definitely tricky, especially when you consider ledges and that it's raining.
Yes. Is there anything? Well, first, how high up are we, and is there anything I could grab onto if I fail to make the?
You are on the second store, but these are kind of Edwardian style houses, so the floors are quite tall. You are 15 feet up. If you stand on the railing, you're like 19 feet up. Not 19, 18 feet up. So
all right.
a dex check away from 2d6 damage instead of d6 damage.
Yeah. I think I have no skills that will at all help me with making this leap. not disclose. Yeah, this really seems like a job for Lasombra. A lot of this stuff, but Curry will do what Curry must.
Well, maybe Lasombra and Kuri can produce a child that can do everything. Um,
All right. Yeah, all I've got dancing is the closest I've got to any kind of acrobatics. Oh well. So I'm going to. What do I think would give me the best shot? Standing on the rail and just doing a standing leap, or like trying to run and then leap?
I think if you want to land feet on the other side, you got to do the standing jump. But if you want to make sure that if you want to like grab hold of the railing, maybe the running jump. The running jump and kind of like planing out and catching on and then holding, as opposed to just like jumping.
Yeah, I'm thinking I want to kind of plane out because basically I'm figuring I'll probably fail and need like a second check to grab the railing.
Mm-hmm.
2 checks will maybe get me across. All right, so here's nothing. What do I have? Oh, actually, my dex isn't too bad. 15.
I was going to ask you to do a strength check to see how far you can jump.
Any way to get a dex check in there?
Well, as dexterous as you may be, if you don't have the strength to launch yourself. Hold on, let me read this.
All right. Yeah, strength isn't really Corey's thing. But
Yeah.
we'll do. Curry will do what Curry must.
So it would be a strength check for your jump.
Okay, what's
unless
my
you have
target
another
number? How
way.
bad is this going to be?
What is your what?
What's the check and what's the target number? How bad is this going to be?
21.
21 to do this here.
So you need a 14 or better. Now that is possible, but unlikely.
Yeah, that pretty much is. There's no way, nothing that I could shitting along the wall.
No, there's no ledge beyond or along the wall. But the balcony does kind of have like some slots around it. If you have a grappling hook, looks like it'd be pretty easy to get across.
I would assume all that stuff would be. I'm assuming that all the stuff except for my tailoring stuff would be out on the horse.
They brought you everything that was on the horse. Remember?
Oh, okay.
The stable boy went out and grabbed all of your gear. Your horse is just chilling by itself. Everything that you own is with you, except for the weapons that the guards took.
All right, let's see if this was La Sombra, I would have a grappling hook. The grappling hooks aren't really Curry's thing, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, he hooks of a different kind.
Let me see. What do I got? Anything at all here?
Fashion any way to get
Okay,
across. Can you make a bridge?
Yeah. What are the materials I have to work with in the room here?
Well, there is a decent-sized bed. There is a desk. There is a dresser. There are 2 bedside tables, some candelabras. There is a chandelier that is not lit, but it's there. You can have a servant come and light it if you'd like. There's some of the taller candelabras. Are those still the same thing when they're like 6-foot high things with candles all over them?
Is there a balcony? Is there a 3rd floor? Is there a balcony above that one?
There is a balcony above that one. There is a 3rd floor.
All right.
There's a balcony directly above you as well.
Could I jury rig together with a sheet and one of those candelabras my own grappling hook and use that to try to swing across?
You could try. The sheets were freshly changed. I don't know if that makes a difference. What is the length of a sheet corner to corner for a
So I'm gonna guess somewhere like 8 feet or something.
It's not going to be enough because these are the tall Edwardian buildings, so each floor is
I mean,
15
I'm
feet.
assuming. I guess my picture is that the balconies, the railings would be like big, thick stone,
Mm-hmm.
sort of Edwardian type thing.
Yeah,
Could it be enough to stand on?
definitely.
If I stand on it
That's another
and
3
then throw it
feet you
from there,
get. How tall are you?
uh, probably like probably like 6'1" or so.
Okay. So if you can reach here, 6 and 3 is 9. That's 15 feet up and 6 feet over. I guess it's not 15 anymore. It would be 6 feet up and 6 feet over, right? What's this
Yeah, I just got a
square
message. I think it might be
root
me. I
sign?
just got a message. You froze for a second, and then it said your internet connection is unstable here. So maybe it
Yeah.
is.
Okay. So if you were standing from the top of your head to the bottom of the balcony above and across from you would be about 7 feet. So if a sheet is 8 feet, you wouldn't have a lot of wiggle room to make a knot and hook yourself, but it should be enough. What is the size?
Well, I'll look in the closets. Are there any other materials, old sheets, anything?
Um, no, they don't keep the extra sheets up here. There's some blankets. There's a robe. There's some slippers. There's an
Does the
extra
robe
cloak.
have a belt?
It does.
Okay, is it like a good thick terry cloth belt? Will this or like a good strong cloth, maybe silk?
Yeah, no, this is a terry cloth.
All right, so reasonably strong and thick, won't
Mhm.
immediately break. Okay, I'll add that to the length to get a
Okay.
couple extra feet, and I'll try to candelabra grappling hook my way across.
Okay, so you're using a sheet and the belt from a bathrobe and a candelabra. And you're going to
so
try and throw the candelabra to catch between the rails and make a nice tight swinging rope.
yes,
Okay.
because I'm gonna fail trying to get across in a 14.
Give me a roll to hit with a missile weapon.
All right, so let's see. Ugh,
12.
that's too good.
The candelabra clangs against the stonework. Luckily, it's storming outside and there's a party below. It's possible that someone has heard, but no one has reacted yet.
Okay,
You can reel it back in
I'll
before it
try it again.
breaks
Yeah.
anything below you.
Oh, better.
Oh, perfect. You toss it right
Oh,
through the cracks.
crit.
It hooks on and holds fast.
All right, so I'm gonna swing across over to the other balcony.
Woo! It works perfectly. You find yourself on the other balcony.
All right, now I'm going to do my investigation of the room. I'm going to first look for hidden panels, false bottoms, drawers, all the kind of standard things, things taped to the bottom of drawers, looking underneath. Try to be creative, like where would I hide something? And especially if I had the money to commission furniture that had hidden compartments. So I'm
Okay.
going to look around as best I can.
What is the elven bonus chance to detect secret or concealed doors?
You dick. You know I don't have that.
Oh, you're not an elf. I actually thought you were an elf.
I am an elf, remember? That
Oh, that's right. You don't have that. I forgot. Wow.
Well, like it never came up. I'm like, oh my god, this is such a useless trait. It
I-
never comes up. I'll
I-
ditch it and get something better.
I honestly forgot that you had
I thought you were taunting me.
No, I completely had forgotten that. That's beautiful. So you have thief skills, right?
No,
What class are you?
their character. I'm a cleric.
I forget that you're a cleric because you don't act like a cleric at all.
I made a healer to try to prevent all the death,
Right, right.
so people wouldn't have to keep re-rolling characters.
Okay. So you just start searching around. Give me a perception check. It's the best I can do
It's
for you.
gonna be horrible. Oh, not horrible.
No, not horrible. Not good enough though. You definitely don't spot anything.
Okay, then I'm going to start looking through the ledgers, the books, and I'm looking for any payments to a tailor or payments that, like, he's kind of hidden who they're to, that are nondescript.
Hold on one sec.
I'm guessing most payments will say like to a person's name and whatever, and if there's any that seem to be a little more discreet. Also, payments for like a little place in town or something.
Right. There wouldn't be a lot of paperwork on that. Mostly people just hand people gold.
Yeah. But he probably keeps like accounts for, like his manorial budget and stuff like that.
Right.
To some degree.
Okay, you definitely come across. Actually, there's a locked drawer on the desk. It's probably the sort of place that one would keep their ledger locked away carefully.
All right. Dang. Huh. Yeah, there's might be like a clerical detect secret doors kind of spell, but I don't have that memorized.
What do you have memorized?
I'm assuming I still have my Keep the Party Alive suite, which is... Where did I have those written? Which is 2 CLWs, Sanctuary, Command, and then my drow things, which are Fairy Fire, Darkness, and Dancing Lights, nothing of which will be useful to me here. Curry surviving on his wits and sheer brass balls.
Definitely.
Pretty much. Oh, talk with plants.
Talk with plants might be useful here.
Yes. The wooden desk is probably a little too dead to count as a plant anymore.
No, but... Oh god, what is that? Maybe the fern in the corner can tell you where things belong.
All right. So I've got 2 minutes of conversation with the fern. So I'll give that a try.
But you're actually going to talk to the fern?
What else am I going to do with this spell?
I don't know. It seemed like a ridiculous statement, but I guess that's exactly what you do with Talk with Plants. I was kind of making a joke. But yeah, there is a fern in the corner. There's a fica in the other corner too.
All right, so I'll sit with the fern. Cast a spell. Hello there, my frondy friend.
Hello there. I'm awfully thirsty.
Well, then, I shall definitely get you a drink. I just need a little bit of information from you first to help me along.
Mm-hmm.
So I was wondering, do you ever notice, I'm sure you know who, like, the Lord of the Manor is, the guy who's usually in here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does that guy ever dress up like the lady of the manor?
No.
Okay, I was just wondering, does he ever have a lady in here?
His wife is in here.
Any people who are not his wife? Like in a blue leafy covering over...
Can these plants see? What sort of information
I
can
don't
they
know.
get out?
That's Yeah, that's always been like a thing to me. Is like, how, I mean, they don't have eyes, they don't have ears. How much can a
Yeah.
plant really tell you? But apparently, they can tell you what happened around them.
What do we have spells? Okay. Talk with plants, right? Speak with plants?
Yes.
Speak with plants. With living in very rudimentary terms. Okay. Rudimentary terms, including all sorts of living vegetables, fungi, molds, plant-like monsters. The caster can question plants as to whether or not creatures have passed through them, cause thickets to part, move. Okay, so you can kind of talk to the plants and they can move around, like almost self-automating things, and they can tell you about what they can sense. So I guess the plant would say, can the plant distinguish male and female tastes in the air? Possibly not, but it would be able to notice vibrations, change of air composition.
Was
I
there
think.
rhythmic vibrations anytime
Ooh.
recently in here?
Just the very slight ones, the scratchings.
Okay, but none that built and built and built and built and built and then stopped.
Nope.
Okay. Huh. Well, thank you. And by the way, what is your name, plant? Fern?
Fern.
Fern? Just go by Fern, just sort of like share, Madonna. Okay, got it. And I'll go and what do I have? I can get this Fern a drink. Is there a glass or something I can fill out in the storm and give it a little drink? It was thirsty. I feel like it
You
did
can find
dry.
like a tray that you could collect some rain on.
All right, I'll do that. Give it a little drink, dry it off, so it's not an obvious trace that I was here. And
Well, you were out in the rain a little bit, and you've come in, so there is some water on the ground anyway.
yes, well, I'll have to. Can't control that. Hopefully, he's not going to do any work tonight, and I'll have time to dry. So, I've got this desk drawer. What does the back of the desk look like? Or is the drawer above it? Does it have a drawer above the locked drawer?
It does.
Can I pull out the drawer above it? And does that give access to the drawer below it?
Ooh. Let's see. Yes, it does. That was not a particularly well thought out desk. Kind of. It seems like the lock is almost symbolic at this point.
All right, so I'll reach in and peek in as best I can, and what's in there?
There are some books, some ledgers.
All right, I will take out the books.
Okay, you have you have access to the household financials as well as the regional financials. It's not a county. What's the territory of a lord who kind of only oversees one big town and a couple of villages?
Like a manor
Is that
or a barony?
a barony? Is there any unit of land that is smaller than a barony?
Smaller than a barony would be a manor.
Okay, I didn't realize a manor was an
Knight
actual.
rules a manor.
A manor is a section of
A manor is
land, not
usually
just
like
a building.
village.
Okay.
Well, a manor is usually like a village plus the surrounding farmlands.
Okay, so then this would be a wealthy manor.
Okay.
Okay. I didn't realize. Well, I thought manor was just only a building.
Oh no. Well, there's the manor house is the building.
Okay.
All right. I will kind of give the books a little shake. Not so much the things that go flying out, but just to kind of see is there anything like tucked in between pages.
Yes, but it's nothing that's all that interesting. It is a note that the banquet for the king must cost at least 2,000 gold, or the upcoming banquet must cost for at least 2,000 gold, and it is for the king's brother.
All right. Kind of tuck everything back in there. Now, borrowing a move from detectives all through detective movie history, I'm just going to grab one of the books, randomly open it, lay it flat, and take a look, and hopefully this is like some really juicy information that reveals everything.
No.
Damn.
Nope. It's a description of...
Try again.
You open this new section. It is now just a description of why various servants were let go this month for various reasons.
Anything juicy, interesting?
One servant was found to have been stealing food, and so she was let go.
The nerve. Nothing about how, servants saw me and Scarf Girl and I can't risk that or anything like that?
Nothing like that. No damning hard evidence that you would really hope to find and tighten and solve the case with.
All right. I'll just, I guess, spend a little bit of time leafing through, looking for anything that might be a clue.
No, there's nothing in any of the financial records that leads you to suspect there's some sort of large diversion of money or anything that sounds like untoward behavior.
Okay, and all the books are ledgers?
The ones that were in the locked box were ledgers. If this guy has a diary, he's not keeping it in his office, or at least not in this hidden compartment.
Okay. I'll put everything back the way it was as best I can. Put the drawer back. Look behind things, look in the closet, look on high shelves, look under things. Again, one more search. Look under rugs.
As you can't find, you don't see anything, and as you're going back to put drawers back into that one drawer back into the place where the ledger is, you have to angle it down so you can see the bottom side of it, and there on the bottom of that drawer is kind of lightly tacked a set of silken female undergarments with the sigil of this house kind of embroidered onto it.
All right. I'll take note of them, the style and the sigil and everything. I wouldn't know how to, I'm not sure I would want to figure out how to gather any clues from that. I don't... Dust for what? Yeah. Anything else? Apparently there's a clue going on here. Anything else down to, gift list of things I'm planning to get for my wife, but I had to steal her underwear because I didn't remember her size.
How long do you want to spend looking?
I'd better get back here.
Yeah, because there's plenty of material to go through, but just quickly skimming through these things hasn't revealed anything.
Yeah, I'm assuming I probably can't go too much longer.
Dinner's at 8, but that doesn't mean someone won't come by your room.
Yeah. Well, I did lock it. I'll just claim I had to work undisturbed. I've already been disturbed twice.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'll try to work my way back.
Okay, you step back outside onto the balcony. The sounds of rain get louder. You've got your little swinging ropey thingy, but if you swing back to the other side, how are you?
Yeah, I've been thinking about that. How I'm gonna get this back down. Don't suppose you'll let me do just a ridiculous tailoring roll to see if I can manipulate my magic upon the cloth?
No.
Okay.
Okay. Even so, there'd still be a candelabra upstairs.
Yes. You know what I will do? I will climb up to the upstairs.
Okay, you climb up to the upstairs. You are actually kind of wet now, having been out here and having to climb up this thing, like
Yes.
over this. You're pretty soaked. But you're upstairs now.
All right. I will put the candelabra and the sheet and the belt in my backpack.
Mhm.
I'll separate each of them so that I can try to deal with them quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And I will light a cigarette. And then what room is this up
but
here?
okay. This is a... This looks like a library.
All right. And well, I mean, surely in a library there must be a nice lantern or something that I could light my cigarette from.
Yes, there is a candle burning if you go inside.
All right. I will light my cigarette. I will step out of the library.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take a big puff, just stand there again, very much like I own the place kind of thing, and try to make my way back down to the room I was working in.
Okay, so you're just walking down from inside.
Yeah, again, as if I can't even imagine someone would challenge me. That I obviously belong here.
Give me a charisma check to pull it off, and I'm going to give you a -2 penalty because you are sopping wet.
I took a smoke break.
Fair enough, but you know.
I had to step outside. And you said a -2?
Yes. By the skin of your teeth. You encounter a couple of servants, but none of them seem to say anything. You feel a little nervous going past some of them because there's definitely a critical eye that runs up and down you. But they hold their
there
tongue.
might be, but Curry isn't nervous. Curry doesn't get nervous.
All right. Okay.
Maybe somebody else. Maybe he should be nervous, but he's Curry.
Fair enough. He should be nervous, but he's not.
Yes.
You make it back to your chamber. And
All right.
yes. Is there anything else you would like to do right now, immediately? Otherwise, we can head to a break.
Probably should head to a break.
Okay. Then let's see everybody on the other side of the break while we try to figure out what's going on with this guy and this mistress. See you guys on the other side. Bye-bye.